Friends, hello everyone. In this video, we'll talk about how to make a girl fall in love with you through texting. Specifically, we'll discuss strategies for Instagram and other social media platforms to set the stage for successful real-life meetings. I'll give you several recommendations to help you achieve this. Recommendation 1. Encourage her initiative. Just like fishing, you need to cast your bait and wait for a nibble. For example, back when I used to meet people on VKontakte, I could have just messaged a girl directly with a compliment. But a more effective approach was to like a few of her photos and wait for her to like mine back. This small interaction already indicates mutual interest. If she reciprocates, you can start a conversation from a much stronger position. Recommendation 2. Avoid boring questions. Don't fall into the trap of asking typical questions like where she works, where she studied, or what her hobbies are. She has probably answered these questions a million times. Instead, make your conversations more engaging. For instance, you could propose a fun game where you take turns asking each other questions, but you both have to answer truthfully. This turns the conversation into a playful interaction and helps you stand out from the crowd. Recommendation 3. Create a sense of scarcity. Men often think that if they really like a girl, they should text her all the time. However, this can quickly lead to boredom for her. Instead, create a sense of scarcity by ending conversations first. For example, after chatting in the evening, say goodnight and don't text her first thing in the morning. Wait for her to take the initiative. This makes her more likely to miss you and think about you more. Recommendation 4. Use emotional contrast. Some days, be very warm and engaging in your texts, giving her more attention. On other days, be a bit more distant. This emotional roller coaster keeps her interested and wondering about your feelings. Avoid showing any negativity, but let her feel that she needs to work a bit to keep your attention. Recommendation 5. Move to real-life meetings quickly. Texting is just the initial stage. The goal is to meet her in person as soon as possible. After a day of texting, you should already be suggesting a real-life meeting. For example, if she says she's free on a certain day, propose doing something together. If she's busy, find out when she's free and suggest meeting then. If she keeps making excuses, start to distance yourself. Often, she will come back to you and suggest meeting herself. Recommendation 6. Don't fear losing her. This is crucial. If you sense that the communication is not going well or she is not interested, don't be afraid to let it go. If there's a misunderstanding or conflict early on, don't rush to fix it. Let her be the one to fear losing you. This approach shows strength and confidence. Recommendation 7. Balance attention and distance. Communicate, but don't overdo it. Texting constantly shows neediness, which is unattractive. Find a balance where she's the one reaching out more often than you. Aim for a ratio where she initiates 70% of the time and you 30%. Practical example from personal experience. I recall a situation where I engaged with a girl on a dating site. We had brief, sporadic conversations, and I didn't always respond immediately. This naturally created a sense of intrigue. Eventually, I suggested something unconventional like going fishing together, and her enthusiastic response showed that the right balance of interest and distance had worked. Following these principles, you can effectively navigate the early stages of communication and set the stage for a meaningful real-life relationship. Remember, it's not about constantly trying to impress her with lavish gestures, but about maintaining your value and creating genuine interest. Now, like this video, leave a comment, and suggest topics for future videos, one of which I will definitely choose.